Alright, hello everyone and welcome to the Fruit Basket. Today we're just gonna do a little fun episode where previously I did a Pokemon Gen 1 tier list and I thought about doing a Pokemon Gen 2, but instead we're just gonna do the starters. We're just gonna do the starters today and then maybe I'll do a Gen 2 some other time, but today we're just gonna focus on the starter Pokemon. So let's just get started with it. We're not just gonna do the starter Pokemon either, we're also gonna be doing their like alternative forms, like their Mega Evolutions, their Gigantamax forms, except for Pikachu and Eevee, I guess, because their Gigantamax forms aren't here. But that's probably because they're not really officially starters, unless it's like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But even then, like I don't know, whatever. We're not gonna get into that. But we're just gonna focus on what's here. We also have like regional forms, like where's Hisuian Typhlosion right here. So let's just get right into it. And right now we're gonna start off with Bulbasaur. We're also gonna rank all the evolutionary stages differently as well. So it's not just gonna be like, oh, it's the Bulbasaur line, and I'll just like encapsulate everything in it. The forms will also be ranked differently, and we're just gonna do a standard S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. So let's just start off with Bulbasaur. And Bulbasaur, design alone, I would say it's an S tier for design alone, but honestly, it's not my favorite of the Kanto starters. Probably my third favorite. But it's definitely up there. I think like all the Kanto starters are really great. Just for design alone, I'm gonna put it in S tier. I'm gonna put it in S tier. It might be the best designed first evolution starter Pokemon. Like I'm looking at all the first tier starters. Rowlet comes close. Spriggerito would probably be my third. But I think nobody's better than Bulbasaur when it comes to the first stage evolutions of grass types. Then we have Ivysaur, pretty good middle evolution. I kind of like it. Probably the best middle stage evolution in Gen 1. Um, can't say it's like the best middle stage evolution even for grass types because like Grovo's great. Um, I like Grotile. I honestly do like I got it. Chespin? No, that's the first stage. I actually kind of forget what. Fuck, I actually kind of forget what Quilladin. Yeah, Quilladin. I actually kind of like it. I like how kind of like round it is, even though I forgot its name. Um, I like fucking what's this one's Flowagato. I do like Flowagato too. I think it's a pretty cool middle stage evolution. So compared to like other grass type middle stage evolutions, I would probably put it in B. And then Venusaur, I've used the Venusaur a lot, but it's not that great. It's not even to me. I think if you're gonna go for a Gen 1 grass and poison type, Vileplume's better. I like Vileplume more, so for that reason, I gotta put it in B. And then we got Mega Venusaur. And I would say Mega Venusaur would probably be in C because I don't really care for its design all that well, but it does know Thick Fat as like an ability. So I would say B because like, you know, if you're able to get any weakness off of a grass type, one of like the weakest types in the game when it comes to like how many weaknesses it has, then that's good in my book. Then we have Gigantamax Venusaur. I honestly like its design a lot better than Mega Venusaur, but since it's just a Gigantamax form, you can only really go based off appearance because, like, unlike Mega Evolutions, for whatever reason, it doesn't give any extra perks. So we'll just go with C. I think that's where a lot of a lot of the Gigantamax forms are gonna go probably in C because like some of the designs are cool, but they really just don't do anything, do they? Next up, we got Charmander. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of its like initial design. Um, like I think Squirtle looks better. I think a lot of fire starters in their first evolution look better. I would have to go B. It's also not that useful when you're playing like Kanto games unless you're playing Gen 3. But even then, you have to get it to like Charmeleon to give it Metal Claw, or I think it learns at like 14. I'm not sure. But even that's only when it's useful. But you also have to like grind. You don't even need to really grind all that much. You just need to like solo Viridian Forest with the Charmander in order to get it. But it doesn't kind of get fun. I don't know. But I'm just gonna put it in B. Charmeleon, I like his design. It's pretty cool. I'll put it in A. And Charizard, it's pretty like I get it. People don't like Charizard all that much. They think it's overrated. I'm always gonna be, I'm always gonna be a little kid at heart. I like cool dragons. It's gotta go in S tier. I understand why people don't like it that much nowadays because of how overused it is. But look, I still like Charizard. I can't help it. I gotta put it in S tier. Mega Charizard X, also X tier. It just looks cool. I'm also gonna put Mega Charizard Y in S tier because I think it's a really good design too. I wish they would have just done one. I don't know why they decided to do two. Actually, I'll put it in A because I just don't think it's that cool compared to X. But I do like how they made X the physical attacker and then they made the Y the special attacker. I like the difference there, but still I don't know why they decided they had to do both. It doesn't really help the people who are just kind of tired of Charizard. Also, by the way, I will be ranking S tier afterwards. I'll do a separate ranking, but I'm not gonna do it for the rest of them. But I do want to rank the Pokemon that I put in S tier. Gigantamax Charizard goes in C. I don't even think it looks that cool compared to Gigantamax Venusaur. Squirtle goes in S tier. Probably my favorite water starter, maybe. It's between him and Mudkip, honestly. It's between him and Mudkip. It has to be. Wartortle, probably one of the worst middle stage evolutions. I gotta go C. I just wish it looked a little bit more like Blastoise. I don't know. It's a weird, middle ground. I don't know. It doesn't look like either. It looks more like Squirtle, but it doesn't look enough like Blastoise. Speaking of Blastoise, gotta go in S. I love Squirtle and Blastoise way too much. Same with Mega Blastoise, just looks way too cool. Gigantamax Blastoise. Haven't used one. Looks cool. Probably my favorite Gigantamax design out of these three. But it doesn't. It's not my favorite design. I'll probably put it in B. Then we got the Partner Pikachu, Partner Eevee. I don't really care for either of them. A little fun story about my Partner Pikachu though is that around the time that I finally got Let's Go Pikachu, when I finally got a Switch, was when the new Matrix movie was coming out. Remember when a fourth Matrix movie came out not that long ago? I named it Neo after that. And for some reason, anytime I, might revisit Let's Go Pikachu every now and again, I just call my Partner Pikachu Neo. So just for that, I'm gonna put it in A. But for the Eevee, I don't care. When I do also have Let's Go Eevee, and honestly, I don't even know why. Honestly, I think the only reason I got Let's Go Eevee is just so I could play, just so I could get an Alolan Ninetales. Because I love Alolan Ninetales, and Eevee just kind of becomes a Pokemon who just gets moves to cover type weaknesses for me. But honestly, I don't really care to use it all that much. Then we got Chikorita. I think it's got a cool design. Pretty cool first stage evolution. I'd put it, just for design alone, I'd probably put it in A. I can't give it the sins of its other evolutions, which I'm gonna put in lower tiers. I'm gonna put Bayleaf and B. Meganium. I've used a Meganium on a team before. Never again. I wish it didn't get as much hate as it does either, but at the same time, it's not that great. It's not a great Pokemon to use. It's just not. There's way better grass types. I don't know. I just want to put it on my team ever. Then we got Cyndaquil S tier. Quilava. I don't even need to say why Cyndaquil is S tier outside of the fact that it was the first ever starter I had. So it just has to go there by right. Quilava, probably my favorite middle stage evolution, honestly. I would also have to put it in S tier. Tysplosion though. Probably because of the way that the level system works when it comes to the Johto games. I don't I don't feel as attached to a Tysplosion in all honesty, because like you don't get Tysplosion till pretty late in the game, and I would have to put it in A. I don't know. I don't feel as a strong attachment to a Tysplosion as I do to either of those two because of Johto's weird level system. Um, then we have Hisuian Tysplosion. I still have never beaten Pokemon Legends Arceus, and usually when I play, I tend to go for the Hisuian Samurott. So I don't know. I do like his design. It has to go in A. I definitely want to use it one day. Um, I do have a shiny Cyndaquil, so maybe I could use that for Legends Arceus team. Like I could use like pick Oshawott as my first partner, and then bring in the shiny Cyndaquil. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. Then we got Totodile. I just love Totodile, mostly just because of its voice in the anime. It's just so stupid. I'd probably just put it in A though. Crocodile. I just don't really like its design. I'll have to put it in D. For Alligator's pretty cool. I'll probably put it in B though. I wish it was a little bit better. It's definitely my second favorite out of the Johto starters, but I mean, I like the final evolutions, but I mean, like, it's not that hard to be the second. I have tried to use it before. I don't like the fact that it doesn't know waterfall for some reason. In the Johto games, it doesn't learn waterfall. Like in Gen 2, they had it unable so that Feraligatr could learn waterfall. So you needed like a second water type Pokemon just to learn waterfall. But then in Gen 3, they gave it waterfall. But then in the Gen 4 remakes, they took waterfall away. And I'm just like, why? Why do you have to make this so difficult? So like, unless you bring in a Totodile or Feraligatr that knew waterfall from Gen 3 into your Gen 4 Johto remake, you can't have a Feraligatr that knows waterfall for some reason. I don't know, it's pretty dumb. Trico, I'll put it in A tier. It's pretty cool design. Grovyle, also gonna go in A tier. Sceptile, going in S tier. Just looks too damn cool. Mega Sceptile, I finally have the Hoenn remakes. Like, I just got 3DS not that long ago, and I just got the Hoenn remake. I'm probably not gonna play it for a while because I'm trying to play through Ultra Sun. But when I do, I'll probably play Mega Sceptile during my second run because I'll probably start off with a Mudkip, in all honesty. But I do like Mega Sceptile. The typing isn't best because it's grass, dragon, very weak to ice, but it's still a really cool design. I would have to put it in S tier. It's just really cool. And then we got Torchic. It's cute, but it's whatever. Combuskin, just an ugly design. And I would be honest, I'm not a Blaziken guy. I'm just not. I don't like the look. I don't get it. I don't get the hype. Put it in a C. Sorry, there was like a loud banging, and I think it's my laundry. Mega Blaziken, also, it's just, to me, it's just a worse design. I think it's got to go there. I'm sorry. You know, Blaziken fans are going to come after me, but like, it's just not that great a design. I don't get it. I understand speed boost. You know, I get liking it for that reason, but like, I don't get it. I don't get why people love this. Maybe because they grew up on Gen 3. I mean, you know, we'll definitely get to the gens that I grew up on, so I'm definitely gonna have bias there. But sorry. Mudkip. I mean, he's gotta go next. I love Mudkips. Who doesn't love Mudkip? Marshtomp. B. It's fine. Swampert though, obviously yes. Obviously. Obviously. Who's not gonna put in an S? Mega Swampert though. We'll put it in B. Like, I gotta put it there because it's a Swampert, but like, it's not my favorite. It's just really chunky. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you could have done a Mega Swampert differently. I don't hate it. I mean, obviously, I put it above Mega Blaziken. Like, I like it kind of. I just don't like how like small its lower section is compared to the top section, but I do like that it's beefier. Then we got Turtwig. I think it's a pretty good first evolution starter. I'd put it in an A. I like its design. Grotile, I'd also put in an A. And Torterra, I'm gonna put it in an A. I think it looks better than Venusaur. I like its design a lot. It's grass ground. It's got its problems, but still, I like it. And then we have Chimchar, the Chimchar line. Chimchar, gotta put in A. Monferno, A. Infernape, it's going S tier. Probably my favorite Final Evo. You know, I'm biased. I grew up on Gen 4. Infernape's up there. Like, if I have to pick my two favorite Final Evo starter Pokemon, it's Swampert, it's Infernape. It really just depends on the day which one's my like favorite. But then we have the Piplup line. I think Piplup's cute. Primplup's okay. And then Poleon's okay. I think Piplup's really cute. I've used all three final starters for the Sinnoh starters. They're all pretty good, but I think Empoleon was one that I kind of used the least. So I'm just gonna put it there. I don't care for this Snivy line at all. I think Snivy looks fine. Servine looks fine. I don't like Superior though. I don't like how it loses arms. Like, why? Why do you have to lose your arms? Just go armless or not. Like, stick with the entire line being armless, or give them all arms. I don't know. Don't like it. Boo. And then we have the Tepic line. I'll put them all. I'll put Emboar in B, because I have used an Emboar before. I do like Emboar a bit, but it's not my favorite. I really liked it growing up, but like now being an adult, I understand why people weren't a fan of it. Despite the fact that I do like using it every now and again. But that's just because like I just don't want to have to use Oshawott over and over and again. Because I do like the Oshawott line. I think they're pretty good. I wish Samurott at least like looked like Dewott a little bit more, or like have Dewott look a little bit more like Samurott. But still a really cool design. I'd put Samurott in S. I think it's a great design. Hisuian, Oshawott, Samurott, I'll put an A though. Then we got Chespin, the Chespin line. That's cute. Couladin, yeah, I think it's cute. I like Chestnut, but I wish, like when you look at the shiny for Chestnut, it looks like it should just be the regular color scheme for it, but it's not. For some reason, it's not the regular color scheme for Chestnut, and I love it shiny. But since like we're not doing the shinies, I gotta go with B. I wish it had the same color as the shinies though. I do like Chestnut a lot. I just don't like the coloring all that much. It looks way too different. Then we have Fennekin. It's whatever. Who cares? I don't like hate it, but it's like whatever. Nobody. I don't think I'll ever use a Fennekin. Froakie, I didn't really care for it when I first saw it. Still really don't. But like it definitely gets cooler as it goes. So I'll put like Frogadier in B. Greninja, I'm not the biggest fan of Greninja like some other people, but I'll put it in A. And then Ash Greninja, I think it's kind of lame. Honestly, I think it works for the anime, but like actually making it a form that you can play, it's just like you can't get it anyways, like outside of that Sun and Moon demo. So it's basically you're just unable to get it now, and I don't even know if you could still use it in like newer games. So like, who cares? Like at least in some other games you can use Mega Evolutions. I mean that's why I'm not a big fan of the Gigantamax forms anyways, because it's like there's no other game we're definitely gonna be able to use that in. Rowlet, it's pretty cute. I'll put an A. It's just too cute. Who doesn't love a Rowlet? Whatever this one is, Braxlet, I don't know. C, My Chemical Romance looking ass. Decidueye. I understand why a lot of people like it. Maybe I just need to use one. But design alone, don't really care for it. Hisuian, Decidueye, But then we get to the one that I'm currently using in my Ultra Sun playthrough, the Litten line. I love Litten. I'm a cat person. S tier. Torracat, can go and see. Not the biggest fan of it. But Incineroar. Love Incineroar. I love its design. As someone who loves watching wrestling, I appreciate like the heel design. I don't know, I just like it. It looks it looks a little too much like Tony the Tiger, but still. I like Torracat. Oh no, not Torracat. I love Incineroar. I love using one right now. And I'm gonna continue to love it. Popplio, it originally wasn't my favorite. I was like, oh, it's cute, but I'll probably never use one. I definitely do want to use one now because I do kind of like its line. I'll put it in B. This one can go in C. Premium Arena though, I'll put in B. I do actually kind of like it. I originally didn't. Maybe it's because like some of the body proportions when it comes to Premium Arena. But honestly, I kind of like it. I do want to use one day. And then we have the Grookey line. I think Grookey's cute, but it's alright. Whatever this one is, the Wacky, go with C. But I like Rillaboom, but it's pretty generic looking, but I'll still put it in A. But I'll put the Gigantamax form in A, because I do like the fact that like the drum set expands, becomes like a even bigger one. As someone who like played the drums growing up, I like that, just inherently so. There was even like before Sword and Shield even got announced and they showed the starters, there was like a Pokemon that I made in like high school that I would just kind of like doodle every now and again. I don't know, I don't have any pictures of it, sadly enough, but it was going to be a grass dark type, and it was going to be a panda that turned into a drummer. It was going to be a grass dark type panda like Pokemon that was going to turn into a like, punk rock drummer as its final Evo. So when Rillaboom came out, I was just like, it's not a panda, it's just a monkey, but at the same time, or a gorilla, at the same time, I'm fine with that. I think it's cool. Scorbunny, I think Scorbunny's cute. I'll put it in A tier. Raboot looks weird. But Cinderace, I really like Cinderace. I've used it a lot on Galar teams. I gotta put it in S tier. I'm definitely more of a fire type enjoyer, if you couldn't tell. But Gigantamax Cinderace, it's whatever. Just a big ball of fire that it stands on. You can go and see. Sobble, I didn't understand why people like this one so much. Maybe because it was just like, maybe like a meme Pokemon because it cries so much. Don't really care for it. This one, ugh. Inteleon, though, I kind of think it looks pretty cool, even though it looks a little bit too much like Randall from Monsters Inc. Then we have the Gigantamax form. I like the idea of like a sniper perch, so I'll at least put him in B, even though I don't really care for it. And then we get to the newest starters, the Paldea starters. And this one's a little tough, because I do like each of them equally, but they're not my favorites. Or maybe they are. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. When it comes to like these three, I think Meowscarada might be my favorite one, even though I was sure that Skeledirge was going to be. But I've actually used Meowscarada a lot more than I have with Skeledirge. But let's get the first few evolutions out of the way. Spurgarito, I'll put in A. Just looks cute. Same with Florigato. And then I'm going to put Meowscarada in S tier. Really like Meowscarada. And then when it comes to these two, I gotta put Falcoco in S tier. It's just too cute. I love it too much. It's just so adorable. Crocolore, I was kind of disappointed by this. It looks pretty lame. Skeledirge, though, looks pretty fucking cool. But not S tier cool, so I'm gonna put it in A. Then we got Quaxly. I love its sassiness. I just love it too much. I gotta put it in A. This one, it's not called, it's Quaxwell. Just for its like pretentious name alone, I feel like it goes in B, even though I'm not a big fan of this design. It definitely looks like a weird middle stage evolution, but like whatever. Then we got Quaquaval. I think it's gotta go in A tier too. I like it, but it's not my favorite. So then we have our E tier, and now our S tier. And now I gotta rank. You know what? I'm not gonna rank these. if I'll at least get my top three. Like if I had to have a top three within this like S tier, like this S tier, in no particular order, it would be Swampert, Infernape, and Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil was my first starter, so it has to be up there. Infernape is my favorite final Evo fire type. And Swampert, I just love Swampert too much. I used it a lot in like the original Hoenn games, so it's just gotta be up there. So this is where I'm gonna put up in my D tier. We got Meganium, Croconaw, Combuskin, Mega Blaziken, Superior, and Drizzle. And honestly, I'm not gonna name everyone here, but for my S tier, we got Swampert, Infernape, Cyndaquil, Bulbasaur, Charizard, Mega Charizard X, Squirtle, Blastoise, Mega Blastoise, Quilava, Sceptile, Mega Sceptile, Mudkip, Samurott, Litten, Incineroar, Cyndaquil, Meowscarada, and Falcoco. So those are my favorite starters, my least favorite starters, and everyone in between. So that's where we're just going to kind of leave it off there when it comes to the pod, and I will see y'all next time.